Near-term question, Governor, bond inclusion. India will be part of MSCI index. Bond inflows will pick up. How is Reserve Bank of India preparing the bond market for the inflows?
You see, bond market inclusion, I have said it earlier, it can act as a double-edged weapon. If there are inflows, there can be situations where there are outflows also, and that can cause volatility in the yields. But if you are alluding to expectation of heavy inflows, I would like to say that so far as JP Morgan bond index inclusion or yesterday's announcement by Bloomberg thing will come in any case at we are still about a year away from that. But this will come in over a period of time. They are not going to come at in one shot. They will come over a period of time, and that kind of inflow the Reserve Bank will be able to manage, not only with regard to the inflows, but also should the cycle turn. I'm saying should. It's not a sort of, it's not a probability, but you cannot rule out such scenario. So Reserve Bank will be able to handle the kind of inflows or outflows that one can generally associate with bond inclusion, mainly because we have strong buffer of forex reserves.
I'll take the liberty of just asking a few questions. Shamelessly, I'm extending my appointment with you. It's a rare pleasure to have you, sir. Two large questions which will have real long-term structural implications, Governor. First is that the rupee trade, in a sense, Governor, is now is now becoming bigger. In fact, we understand that Indian refineries also now ready to get oil in part payment is going in Indian rupee. Do you see that change increasing, and do you see now the rupee denominated trade will only grow exponentially?
You see, rupee denominated trade, one has to understand why we are doing it. Now, dependence on one currency for international trade obviously is involves a bigger amount of risk. When your import and export, or when your global international trade is dependent on more than one currency, to that extent the risk of exchange rate fluctuation in that single currency, it gets minimized. We have made a beginning with regard to rupee, that is the local currency settlement or the rupee denominated settlement. There are two different things. One is through the Vostro account mechanism, where the settlement is entirely through rupees. The other one is local currency denominated, meaning if there are two countries, the respective currencies can be utilized for settlement. So therefore, our effort is mainly in that kind of environment. It's in that kind of a context. Particularly, we are trying to build it up with countries with which we have a large trade volume. So therefore, we expect this to steadily improve. It cannot happen overnight. We expect it to steadily improve. Our officials have had meetings with the oil companies, oil marketing companies also. And the effort on both sides, whether it is we have signed the agreement with the India, UAE, you will very soon see action with a few other countries also of, India and the other country local currency denominated trade agreements being sort of taken forward. So we are working in that direction, and I expect it to grow. The rupee footprint should grow, especially vis-a-vis the countries with which we have a larger amount of trade, and where there are countries from which we have great amount of remittances also by Indians who are working there.